evening. So my name is Andrea. I've been working here for almost 5 years now, like you guys know. So today I'm going to be talking about fall protection, about ladders and roofs. So a little background, I was in nursing school about 2-3 years ago, more than 3 years ago, but I got to take care of a patient that fell off a roof, and he was actually in a coma. So I take fall protection very seriously because of that. So, well, we're gonna go around and say each other's names, and then how long you guys have been in roofing, and then if you guys have fallen off any ladders or roofs. So we can start with you.
I'm James. I've been in roofing for about a day. I have not fallen off of anything.
Good.
William. I've been here for 7 months and I have fallen off.
You have from a roof or a ladder?
Roof.
Okay.
Okay, I'm Edgar. I've been working here for about 2 years, close to 3. I've been doing roofing for 5. I've fallen off ladder, not a roof.
Not a roof, but a ladder? Okay.
And my name is Miguel. He is my first name.
Your first day?
Yeah.
So you haven't fallen off anything. Okay, good. We want to keep it that way. So the objectives for today, we're going to talk about OSHA. Everybody, I think, has heard about OSHA. We're going to understand how falls happen from ladders, how we can prevent them, and also how falls happen from roofs and how we can prevent them. So do any of you guys know what OSHA stands for? I know you guys have heard about it, but do you guys know what it stands for? So it stands for Occupational Safety and Health Administration. So OSHA was actually created by the United States Congress and President Dixon in 1970. And it was created just for the workers, so that way they say that the workers shouldn't have to choose between their jobs and their safety. So that's why it was created back in 1970. So OSHA is mainly committed to the workers to protect them from toxic chemicals and the safety hazards at work. So in this graph, you guys can see that 33% of the falls happen from roofs and about 16% happens from ladders. So it's actually a very high percentage, and it shouldn't be this high because falls can be prevented. So that's what we're gonna be talking about, how we can prevent these falls. So just to give you guys a little background about how a fall happens, you can actually fall in 1/3 of a second, 2 feet. In another 1/3 of a second, it will be 7 feet. So in about 1 second, you can have fallen 64 feet. So it just happened that quick. So in that 1/3 of a second, your body's actually just reacting. So it's like, oh, I'm falling, but it's already been like 7 feet. So by the time it's a second, it's been 64 feet. So it's very, very quick. So you or the person that's watching you fall, they're not gonna be able to do anything really, because it's super, super quick. So here are some questions that you guys should ask before using a ladder. So the first one is, will I have to hold a heavy item while going up the ladder? Is the elevated area high enough that it will require a ladder that can be unstable? Will I be working from this height for a long time? And do I have to stand on the ladder sideways in order to do this work? So if you answer yes to any of those questions, you shouldn't be using a ladder. You might want to use something else like a sky track or scaffolding. So on the next slides, we're gonna see do's and don'ts of how to use a ladder. So the first one will be, don't use a ladder, or pick the right ladder that you need to use for the job. So on this one, you can clearly see that you shouldn't be using this one because you're using the last step of the ladder. So it should be this one right here. So always pick the right ladder for the type of job that you're gonna be doing. Also, these are don'ts about ladder usage. Do not place the ladder on an even surface. Do not start working if the ladder isn't fully extended. And do not carry any tools or materials on the ladder. Yes. A few other don'ts: don't use a ladder if it's missing any steps. Don't use the ladder if the spreader is not working right. And don't use any ladders that their legs are bent or they're just old ladders. As simple as that. Some of the do's about using a ladder will be to always maintain the 3 points of contact, which will be both of your hands and one of your feet, and then have the ladder base secure. And then also wear proper shoes. I mean, you wouldn't go up the ladder using flip-flops or anything like that. So just always use the proper footwear to go up the ladder. And let's see, we got a little video, and that video is actually from OSHA. Let's see, place.
In the U.S., more than 800 construction workers die every year while on the job. Falls are the #1 cause of fatalities in construction. Falls cause 1 of every 3 construction worker deaths. These falls happen in a split second while workers are on roofs, scaffolds, ladders, bridges, and other work surfaces. But these deaths can be prevented. The video you're about to see shows how quickly falls at construction sites can lead to workers' deaths. The video will also show what employers must do so that the work can be done more safely. Employers have a responsibility to provide a safe workplace and require protective equipment. You'll see that using the right type of fall protection saves lives. Please be advised, the scenes you're about to see deal with deaths at construction sites and might be disturbing for some people. All scenes are based on true stories. 2 workers were re-roofing a 2-story home with a pitched roof. They were not wearing any personal fall protection. The workers used nail guns to install shingles over an old layer of shingles. One of the workers was close to the edge of the roof. As she reached to pick up another shingle, she lost her balance. She slipped off the edge of the roof. She fell more than 20 feet and landed on the driveway below. She died instantly of her injuries. Let's look at the events leading up to this tragic incident and see how it could have been prevented. Originally, the workers had no fall protection, which OSHA requires on working in residential construction at heights of 6 feet and above. Then they began as the workers installed shingles. Now, they are both wearing personal fall arrest systems. Each system has a full body harness, a rope grab lifeline, and connectors. Snap hooks connect each worker's rope grab lifeline to secure roof anchors, which are located higher up on the roof. D-rings connect the worker's safety harnesses to their rope grab lifeline. As before, the worker reaches over to pick up a shingle, loses her balance, slips, and falls. But now, because she's wearing a fall arrest system, she only slips 2 feet and doesn't fall off the roof. This example shows the importance of employers following OSHA's fall protection standards to ensure that workers are provided with a safe workplace.
So you guys see how quick it can happen to fall? I mean, she just fell up 2 stories and she died right away pretty much. So fall protection is really important. So we're gonna go ahead and go into it now about the roofs. We were talking about ladders, and now we're gonna go into what we actually mainly do, which will be roofing. Okay. So some of the don'ts about while you're working on the roofs will be to never disconnect yourself from your lifeline, which is what we saw in the video. Don't work around any openings, like any skylights or anything around the roof, so you definitely want to avoid those. And then never use any defective equipment or old equipment. So So some of the do's will be to always wear a harness and always stay connected. You also need to make sure that your harness always fits. Some harnesses can be too big or too small. You do want to use guardrails or lifelines. This will be a guardrail around the skylight. And then you want to make sure that you always inspect your equipment before you start using it or before you go in the roof. And then just make sure you cover any holes or openings or skylights that are on the roof. So here is, have you guys ever used a harness before? You know how to properly use it and all that good stuff. Have you used one before? Yeah. Not you, James. Not yet. Got it. So we just want to make sure when using a harness that it fits properly. Like I said, they do have weight limit. So if you weigh more than 300 pounds, you need to have a special harness for you. And also if you weigh less than 130 pounds, you also need a special harness. So these are just some, there is also a 2-point harness and also a 3-point harness. So this one is just one. That's 2 points where you can connect it to your lifeline. And then you just always want to make sure that it's properly secured. And then, let's see, other than that, that's about it. You guys have questions, concerns, comments?
On the harness,
Yes.
we gotta provide our own harness?
We can actually provide you with a harness. So if you don't have one, your employer should be able to provide you with one. So yes, that's actually one of the OSHA's laws. So we should be able to provide you with one. Any more questions? Okay, thank you guys.